Welcome, friends, to a journey into the heart of Stoicism, a journey where we explore the dance between pain and pleasure, and discover how the ancient wisdom of the Stoics can guide us to a life of balance, resilience, and profound inner freedom. Today, we invite you to join us as we uncover timeless lessons that speak to our struggles, our triumphs, and our everyday experiences. Together, we will learn to transform adversity into opportunity and to find genuine contentment beyond the fleeting allure of pleasure. 1. Embracing the pain lessons from adversity. Life, in all its complexity, is no stranger to pain. We often instinctively recoil from discomfort, yet the Stoics teach us that pain is not our enemy, it is a guide. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In every moment of hardship, there lies a chance to grow, to deepen our understanding, and to refine our character. When we experience pain, whether it comes from loss, failure, or unexpected setbacks, we are presented with a mirror that reflects our inner vulnerabilities. Instead of shunning these reflections, we can learn to embrace them. Imagine for a moment that every difficult experience is a teacher whispering secrets about your own strength. We learn that pain, although often uncomfortable, is the crucible in which our virtues are forged. Consider the times when you felt overwhelmed by disappointment. In those moments, ask yourself, what is this pain trying to show me? How might it be guiding me toward a deeper truth about who I am? By engaging with our pain, rather than resisting it, we start to see that it is not a curse, but a catalyst for self-discovery. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." In other words, every trial we face has the power to build resilience within us if we allow it. In our shared journey, we begin to understand that pain is not something to avoid at all costs. It is an invitation to explore our inner landscape, to acknowledge our fears, and to develop the courage to move forward. This perspective doesn't diminish the intensity of our struggles, but it does empower us to face them head-on. We are not defined by our hardships, but by the way we choose to respond to them. And in that response lies our true power. 2. Celebrating true pleasure, the beauty of inner contentment. While pain is an inevitable part of life, so too is pleasure. Yet in our modern world, the pursuit of pleasure often leads us astray, tempting us with instant gratification that leaves us empty in its wake. Stoicism teaches us that true pleasure does not come from external indulgence, but from the quiet, steady cultivation of inner contentment. The Stoics remind us that pleasure, when sought for its own sake, can become a distraction from what is truly valuable. Instead, they encourage us to find joy in the simple act of living virtuously. As Epictetus wisely observed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When we learn to appreciate life's small blessings, a kind word from a friend, a moment of stillness at dawn, the beauty of a well-lived day, we discover that the deepest pleasure is found within. Together we embark on a quest to redefine what it means to experience pleasure. It is not found in the excess of material possessions or in the temporary highs of indulgence, but in the lasting satisfaction of knowing we are living in accordance with our values. This inner pleasure is steady and resilient, unshaken by the shifting winds of fortune. It is the pleasure of self-mastery, of aligning our actions with our highest aspirations. Imagine a life where pleasure arises naturally from a deep sense of purpose, a life where each challenge is met with a calm resolve, and every success is a quiet celebration of progress. The Stoics believe that when we cultivate our inner world, we free ourselves from the tyranny of external circumstances. We begin to savor the richness of our existence, knowing that even in the face of adversity, our inner joy remains unbroken. In this shared journey, we are learning that pleasure is not an end in itself, but a byproduct of living a life of integrity and virtue. When we allow our focus to shift inward, we find that every moment becomes an opportunity to experience a profound and lasting sense of well-being. 3. The power of self-control, mastering desires. At the heart of Stoic wisdom lies the principle of self-control, a practice of mastering our desires so that they do not master us. In a world full of distractions and temptations, cultivating self-control is the foundation upon which a balanced life is built. As we walk together on this path, we discover that true freedom comes from the ability to govern our own minds and actions. The Stoics teach us that our emotions and desires are not forces outside our control, but signals from within, guiding us toward what we truly value. Rather than being swept away by impulses, we learn to observe them with a calm detachment. Marcus Aurelius once advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we internalize this truth, we begin to see that the pursuit of every passing desire only leads us further from our authentic selves. Self-control is not about strict abstinence or denying ourselves all pleasure. It is about creating space for thoughtful reflection before acting. It is the practice of pausing in the midst of temptation, asking, "Will this choice bring me closer to who I aspire to be?" In those quiet moments of decision, we are given the power to choose what is best for our long-term well-being. Consider the simple act of choosing to spend an evening in quiet reflection rather than in the company of distractions. This small, deliberate act of self-control is a victory for our inner life, a victory that reinforces our commitment to growth and mindfulness. As we embrace self-control, we become less reactive and more intentional, transforming our desires from chaotic impulses into deliberate, purpose-driven actions. We are not alone in this endeavor. Across the ages, the Stoics have shown us that mastery over the self is the key to navigating life's challenges. Through self-control, we cultivate an inner sanctuary where we can retreat from the storms of the world, finding peace in the knowledge that we are the authors of our own destiny. 4. Resilience, rising from the ashes. In our journey through life, resilience emerges as one of the most vital qualities we can cultivate. Resilience is not about never experiencing setbacks. It is about how we rise each time we fall. As we walk this path together, we recognize that every obstacle, every painful experience, is an opportunity to rebuild and reimagine our future. The Stoics viewed adversity as the crucible of character. Seneca's words resonate deeply here. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. When we encounter challenges, whether in our personal relationships, at work, or within our inner lives, we are given the chance to practice resilience, to bounce back, learn, and ultimately grow stronger. Resilience means accepting that life is unpredictable, yet trusting in our ability to weather its storms. It is the quiet determination that whispers, "I will not be defeated by this moment, for I am greater than any single setback." Each time we choose to stand back up, we affirm our inner strength and reinforce our commitment to our journey. Together we come to understand that resilience is not a rare gift bestowed upon a fortunate few, but a skill that can be nurtured through deliberate practice. It is in the face of adversity that we discover the depth of our courage. And when we share our struggles with one another, we build a community of support that makes our collective resilience even stronger. Think back to a moment when you felt overwhelmed by the weight of life's challenges. Now, imagine transforming that moment into a stepping stone for growth, a time when you learn to lean into discomfort rather than flee from it. In doing so, you embrace a Stoic truth, that every setback is merely a setup for a comeback, and that within every challenge lies the seed of a new beginning. 5. Personal growth turning trials into triumphs. As we navigate the interplay of pain and pleasure, one of the most powerful lessons we can learn is how to transform trials into triumphs. Personal growth is a journey of continuous self-improvement, where each experience, no matter how challenging, becomes an opportunity to refine our character and elevate our understanding of life. The Stoics believed that the path to personal growth is paved with the stones of hardship and self-reflection. Epictetus taught us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When we face trials, our response becomes the measure of our strength. Every time we choose to learn from our difficulties rather than be defined by them, we take a step toward a more resilient and purposeful life. Imagine a life where every setback is not a mark of failure, but a signal to recalibrate our approach. In this light, the challenges we encounter are not insurmountable barriers, but valuable feedback, a guide that points us in the direction of our true potential. Each moment of adversity is an invitation to ask ourselves, what lesson is hidden in this experience? How can this pain refine my character? In our shared journey, we recognize that personal growth is not a destination but a continuous process. It is the cumulative effect of small, deliberate choices, each one a brushstroke painting the larger portrait of who we are becoming. Whether it's learning to forgive ourselves, finding strength in vulnerability, or embracing the discipline of self-reflection, every step forward is a triumph over the forces that once held us back. As we reflect on our own paths, let us celebrate not only the victories, but also the struggles that have shaped us. For it is in the crucible of hardship that our greatest strengths are forged. And when we share our stories of overcoming, we inspire others to see their own challenges as opportunities for transformation. 6. Relationships, navigating the dance of connection. No exploration of pain and pleasure would be complete without considering the profound impact of our relationships. The Stoics understood that our interactions with others are both a source of joy and a potential trigger for discomfort. Yet, through mindful engagement and genuine compassion, we can navigate these complexities with grace. Our relationships, whether with family, friends, or even fleeting acquaintances, reflect the same duality that exists within us. They are arenas where the dance between pain and pleasure unfolds daily. In moments of conflict or misunderstanding, we may feel the sting of emotional pain. Yet these very moments also offer the chance to practice forgiveness, empathy, and self-control. Marcus Aurelius once observed, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." In the realm of relationships, this reminder is particularly poignant. Each interaction is a gift, an opportunity to build deeper connections and to contribute positively to the lives of those around us. When we approach our relationships with a Stoic mindset, we learn to appreciate not only the moments of joy but also the challenges that test our commitment to love and understanding. Think about a time when a relationship brought both pleasure and pain, a moment when you experienced deep connection alongside the sting of disappointment or misunderstanding. In such moments, the Stoic approach is to focus on what we can control, our responses, our attitudes, and our capacity for empathy. We learn that we cannot always change the actions of others, but we can change how we react. And in that change lies the power to transform conflict into growth, misunderstanding into insight, and hurt into healing. Our journey together reminds us that relationships are an essential part of our human experience. They are the fertile ground in which our virtues can flourish. By practicing patience, by engaging in honest communication, and by embracing the imperfection of both ourselves and those we love, we build bonds that endure beyond the temporary fluctuations of pleasure and pain. 7. The journey ahead. As we bring our exploration of Stoicism, pain and pleasure to a close, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound lessons we have uncovered together. We have learned that pain, far from being an adversary, is a potent teacher that invites us to grow and deepen our understanding of ourselves. We have discovered that true pleasure is found not in the fleeting allure of external indulgences, but in the enduring satisfaction of living a life of virtue and inner contentment. The Stoic path is not an easy one. It demands self-control, resilience, and a willingness to confront the complexities of life head-on. Yet, as we have seen, it is precisely through these challenges that we discover the true measure of our strength. Every moment of discomfort, every setback, and every internal struggle is an opportunity to cultivate a richer, more meaningful existence. Together, we have embarked on a journey that invites us to transform our relationship with pain and pleasure. We are learning that by embracing our hardships and celebrating our inner joys, we can create a life that is both resilient and profoundly fulfilling. We are reminded that our power lies not in the events that happen to us, but in our response to them. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In the days ahead, may you carry these lessons with you as a source of strength and inspiration. Whether you are faced with moments of intense pain or basking in the glow of quiet pleasure, remember that each experience is a stepping stone on your journey toward greater wisdom and self-mastery. Let us continue to walk this path together, supporting one another as we navigate the intricate dance of life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoic wisdom. If you found value in this journey, we invite you to reflect on these insights, share your thoughts, and spread the message of inner strength with others. May you find comfort in the embrace of your own resilience and joy in the discovery of your true self. Until we meet again, keep walking the path with courage, compassion, and the unwavering belief that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Together we transform pain into purpose and fleeting pleasure into lasting contentment. Embrace each moment as it comes, and know that in our shared journey, every step forward is a victory. Stay inspired, stay resilient, and let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you on the road to a richer, more intentional life. Be steady, be strong, be stoic.